Hello viewer, and welcome to another episode of My Life Experiences. This is your host, Nyanewa Sosola. Today I'll share with you how God is the ever-present help in time of need. And as usual, I am going to illustrate this through a life experience. So, it happened in the very early days of my work experience that one day I knocked off from work around 5:30 in the evening. It was one of those days whereby we have short days and long nights. So by 5:30, it was already getting dark. I rushed to catch my transportation. It was those small cars called the saloon cars, others call them sedan. They used to shunt from the city center where I was working, going to a certain township called Area 18A as a first destination, and then proceeding to another township called Area 18B as the next destination. So I used to drop off in Area 18B. Now, when I got to the stage, I was so lucky. I found that a taxi was there waiting. I took the front seat because I was the first passenger in. Then later on, in no time, another male passenger came and took the back seat. So those cars were supposed to carry 4 passengers. But this time around, before the car could fill up, the driver started off. It was surprising to me why he started off before the car had filled up. When we started off, reaching a certain place after about 3 kilometers, the driver stopped his car. He pulled over and stopped on the side of the road. But then I was surprised because none of us, the passengers, were dropping at that point. But as soon as we had stopped, another car also came and stopped in front of us, dropping some passengers because it was also a taxi. Then I asked my driver, why have we stopped here? Because this is not, none of us are dropping off. Then he said, oh, I'm having problems with my engine, so I'm failing to restart the engine. I'm trying to restart it. Now you should understand, this place where we had stopped was a dangerous place. It was a very scary place, especially stopping there at night, having a breakdown right there, because on the right hand side there was a graveyard. It was used to be called Area 18 graveyard. It was a very old graveyard with very old trees, overgrowth of grass. It was quite a thicket, like a forest. Such a graveyard, and it was a very scary place for somebody to be, and especially for me as a young lady. So something in my head just came, a voice saying that, Wezi, get out of this car, go and take the car that is in front of you. I told my driver that, okay, you've got a breakdown, I'm moving out of this car, I'm going to the other car. So I left, I went to the other car, we started off. In no time, we reached the first destination, which was Area 18A. No sooner than we had arrived at Area 18A than the other car also approached, and it came and stopped right behind. It pulled up right behind us. And immediately I saw that driver got out of the car. I could see his facial expression visibly that he was angry. He was coming towards our direction in the car that I was in. And he told me to get out. I got off. He started shouting at me why I had gotten out of his vehicle. Then I told him that you had a breakdown. What could I do? Then he started shouting, then if I had a breakdown, why is it that I'm here? Then I said, okay, I don't know, but I want to go. Then he said, okay, just pay me my money. Pay me my money, otherwise I'll beat you up. Then I said, how can I pay you money? Because you didn't get me to my final destination. Take me to my final destination. Then he was refusing. At that time, I had a problem because I did not have enough money. I could not afford to pay both the drivers. I only had enough fare for one driver. While this altercation was going on, I heard a voice coming from the darkness, calling my name, that, Wezi, is that you? Then I said, yes, it's me. Who is it? It was so surprising to me because it was in the night and I was wondering who that could be. I wasn't expecting to find somebody I knew at that time. I saw a certain figure approaching from the darkness. The light shone on his face from the headlamp. It shone on his face, and I saw his facial features was a husband to one of my work colleagues. He asked what was going on. I explained to him everything. And he advised me that, okay, Wezi, just pay him the money. I will take you home. So that's how I finally went home, guys. I was so shaken when I got home. However, after I had settled down at home, I started rethinking everything that had happened. And these are the questions that I was asking myself. The first one was that in the city center when we were starting off, why did this driver just start off with the 2 passengers instead of waiting for the car to fill up? That was my first question. The second question that I had was that when we had the apparent breakdown, the other passenger, male passenger who was at the back, why didn't he decide also to abandon this car and join me to the other taxi that was in front, as it would appear normal for a passenger to do? Why didn't he drop off? The third question I had was that why was this driver so furious that I had left his car? Knowing well that his car had a breakdown, why was he so furious? So I had all these questions. Then I started asking myself, was that breakdown real or was it a staged breakdown? I strongly believed at that point that that breakdown was staged. And I believe in my heart that probably this male passenger and the driver had something else planned out. I strongly believe that I would have been a victim that night. If that car that had stopped in front of us, the other taxi, had not stopped, probably I would have been a victim. I would have just been one of the other statistics. I would have fallen to the fowler's plan. I would have been a snare. But God had rescued me just at the time when I had need. God rescued me through this other vehicle, the other taxi that had stopped in front of us. Similarly, at area 18A, when we were having this altercation and this man was threatening to beat me up, God also rescued me just at the right time of my need by sending this man, a husband to my friend, to rescue me from this situation. This is how I'm saying that God was a present help, my refuge and my strength, a very present help in the time that I had need. Maybe you might be having need and trouble at this time. I just want to strengthen you using the word of God. I'll read from the book of Psalm, chapter 46, verse 1, which is saying that the Lord is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of need. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble or need. Therefore, we will not fear. Do not fear, child of God, because God is our refuge and strength, a very present trouble in time of need. Do not fear. Trust in Him. He's gonna meet you, whatever need you have, whatever trouble you have, whatever you're going through. He's the present help in time of need. He's the refuge. He's the strength. I also want to reference to the book of Exodus chapter 14 verse 14, which is saying that the Lord will fight for you and you shall hold your peace. While He is your refuge and your strength, ever-present help in trouble, He is going to fight your battle and you shall hold your peace. So trust in the Lord. Trust in the saving ability of the Lord. Trust that He is your refuge and His strength, and believe in Him. And He shall fight for your battles, and then you shall hold your peace. Thank you, guys. Ambuye adzakumenyerani nkhondo, ndipo inu mudzakhala chete. Zikomo. If you are a new viewer to this channel, please press the subscribe button. And if you happen to like the contents of this video, please press the like button. Thank you so much, viewer, for being with me all the time. Thank you so much, guys. Stay blessed.